In today's episode of Training with Addy, I would like to talk to you about what to do when you are getting absolutely whooped, when the players you are facing are just so much better than you, how to deal with it and what kind of strategies you can put into place. I would also like to talk to you about an awesome new way of buying games, which is the Humble Bundle, which helps you get games and helps give money to charity. Well, greetings ladies and gentlemen, today I am starting from level 1. That's right, no attachments, no perks, no unlockables, no gizmos, no stats, no nothing. Why on earth would I do that? Well, there's two reasons really. The first one is I really enjoyed when I first got Battlefield 3, that process of going through and unlocking everything and having that little thrill of, oh, here's a new extra toy to use, and going out and using it and getting a new gun and having a playing with it and getting that gun to the attachments that I like to use. I enjoyed that experience and I'd like to relive it, and I'd also like to relive it now. Of course, I'm a better player. The game's been out now a couple of years, and I only really kind of felt that I started to get better at the game probably last summer. So I'd quite like to kind of go through and get these unlockables, feeling like I kind of know what I'm doing a little more, and rather than kind of getting a new gizmo and going like, what on earth is this, like a tugs for example, and then never using it for the next 6 months. I'd quite like to get my tugs and then kind of use it. So there's one reason. The second reason is Battlefield 3 for the next 12 days is in the Humble Bundle, which is a brilliant way of making money for charity and you picking up some great games. It's a website, it's called humblebundle.com, and basically every kind of 12 days or so, some games company somewhere will put a bundle of games on sale for whatever you want to pay for them. I.e., basically, you can kind of say, "Oh, well, I'll pay a $5, I'll pay a $10, I'll pay $10, I'll pay 30, I'll pay 500, or whatever." But it's all for charity. Some of the money does go to the games company, but it's very small amount. Some of the money does go to the website, but it's a very small amount. But the majority goes to charity, and you get a bundle of great games. Now, of course, these are older games because these are games that the games company doesn't think they're going to make that much money from anymore, and that's fine. It's just a nice way of them kind of using their back catalogue to kind of help society, really. So I think it's very admirable. And if you pay over the average that people have spent, then you get a couple of extra games as well. And one of those games over these 12 days is Battlefield 3. So I think the bundle includes some quite cool games like Mirror's Edge, Dead Space 1, Dead Space 3, Burnout, and it's a big bundle like that. And if you pay over the average that everyone else has paid, then on top of that you get Battlefield 3, not premium, just the straight game, and you also get a copy of the starter's edition of The Sims as well. So as I'd kind of wanted to go through from this kind of process of starting over again in Battlefield 3, and you can't really, if you without kind of fully deleting your existing soldier, I thought I would go for it. And now I've got some codes for other games as well that I might kind of use in giveaways or maybe even enjoy playing as well. So if you haven't checked out the Humble Bundle, I keep calling it the Humble Bundle, which is not right. The Humble Bundle, I do, because it's a great way of raising money for charity, and I'm sure they're going to have some great games there over the coming months and years as well. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about in Training with Addy is because I have no attachments, no gun sights, no heavy barrel, I am going to have some real problems playing these maps, because I have gone straight in at the deep end on a Team Europe rush server. Team Europe's just recently bought a whole load of servers getting ready for Battlefield 4, and they've added a load more stuff up to Battlefield 3. So if you're interested in joining Team Europe, there's never been a better time, because they've now got another rush server, an infantry server, a permanent TDM, well, permanent until Battlefield 4 comes out, TDM server. So do come along and play some of your kind of favourite modes as well. But this is going to be a map where basically I'm going to get whooped, because I wanted to kind of have a little think about and a discussion about what do you do in those scenarios where you just get shot. Because I tend to put up videos where I do fairly well. Like I don't often edit out I don't edit out the bad bits in those videos, but as a package I tend to do fairly well in the videos. But in this one's different. In this video I do it, make some bad choices, I get shot, my overall score isn't great, because I wanted to kind of talk about, well, what do you do in those scenarios? Because I'm not entirely sure how it happens, but there are certain servers that just seem to attract a higher caliber of player, and certain servers which attract a lower caliber a player. And I think that's really good, because it basically kind of means everyone has an opportunity to kind of play at their own level. And some servers basically kind of mark themselves as noob servers, and some servers have levels attached, and other servers just kind of, it just seems to kind of happen. But there are certain servers that if I log onto them, I know I am going to die, and I'm going to die over and over again. So the question is, well, what do you do in those situations? Because it does happen to, I'm sure, to all players, that just sometimes you just feel, you know, you can't do anything. Whatever you do, you just get shot. So what can you do? Tip number 1. Stop running about. Stop kind of rushing back to that place you were 5 seconds ago in the vague hope that you'll be able to kill that guy that killed you. Don't do it. If the other team is good, they'll see you coming and you'll just get caught in the gunfire. So stop running around. Secondly, try and play with some teammates on TeamSpeak. Support each other, heal each other, move together as a squad, but not too closely, so that will help your play. Thirdly, move forward, but make sure you take full advantage of cover. Put yourself in sensible positions, and if possible, depending on the mode, and I know this is rush, let the enemy come to you rather than you going to the enemy. It will give you the advantage over players who, quite frankly, might be better than you. So what I've done here in this situation, I'm defending rush. The enemy's broken through our last two. I have now put myself in a position where I can see them coming, and hopefully stop myself just kind of getting killed over and over again. And when you're in these kind of defensive positions, do things like take out the glass, take out the give yourself clear sights to see the enemy kind of coming at you, and you can do things like get the odd kind of kill assist here and there. But if I was running up to them, I know at this moment I would be getting killed again and again and again. And very excitingly, I have just hit level 1. I know. Now, whatever I'm up to now. Thirdly, when you are in these situations when you're getting whooped, don't forget all of the basics that you know you should have been doing in this match. Things like peeking corners carefully. Like I did that on that corner, I just went around there, I quickly peeked, and I managed to get 2 in a row, which was very, very nice. And you'll find when you get kind of stressed and you're losing matches, you tend to forget the basics that actually make you such a good player the rest of the time. Peek corners carefully, protect your body, use cover sensibly. Remember to compensate from recoil. Don't just fire blindly. I mean, there I just kind of panicked and actually ended up failing to kill the guy that was right behind me. Perhaps if I'd taken a step back, covered myself, fired in short burst rather than dropping the hammer, I might have been able to get him. So, you know, it's all those kind of basics. Keep to reminding yourself of what made you a decent player in the first place. Compensate for the recoil. Look out for the gun spread. Fire in short bursts. When you're at doorways, don't walk through the doorway. Try and fire from it. Don't run blindly around a corner like that and get yourself shot. When you're shooting through a window, take a couple of steps back so the majority of your body is still covered and that it will hide your camouflage away. Speaking of camouflage, go into the customize section and choose a good camouflage for that level. Probably going to be one of the darker ones, but might be a greener one if it's a forest level. And again, it was the first tip I gave you. Don't just run out. Do what I'm doing here and kind of keep yourself, let them come to you, let them come round the corners and try and take advantage of their desperation to get forward. You might not end up winning the match, and you can see here I lose the match thoroughly. My team gets spanked, but you'll at least know that your contribution to that team was a positive one and a helpful one. And if you do get whooped, don't worry. We all have days where we get whooped. It's just a case of working out kind of what went wrong and trying to get yourself to be a better player. I tend to play most of the time on servers that are kind of like middle ability, but I do want to get better, and so sometimes it is worth putting yourself in situations where you know you're going to find it difficult to try and improve. And even though I was getting whooped in that particular round, I think I ended up almost 1 for 1. Was I 9 for 10? So despite having no attachments and I felt that I struggled, I ended up with a score that I think I could be pretty pleased with. And of course, my brand new character has just proudly gone 0.9 on his kill-death ratio. If you have enjoyed watching me get shot today and you found the advice helpful, then please do give the video a like. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course, do go check out that humble bundle from time to time to see if there's things there that you fancy. And if you do give, please do try and give generously, as it's all for a good cause. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.